Howdy everybody, it's Ty here, and today I'm going to show you how to download Java through Visual Studio Code and get that up and running and make sure it works. Quick disclaimer, I'm also a fellow student, so I'm just showing you guys how I did it and how I got it to easily work for me. Now, all of the links and all of the files that I will be using as examples and to help this process will be provided in the description below. Now, you need to first go to the Visual Studio Code download page. Once you arrive, it should look like mine here, where you're presented with 4 options. On the left here, you have an option for Windows. In the middle, there's different options for Linux users, and on the right, the options for Mac. Now, choose the download option that correctly pertains to your system. Once you do that, you're going to get a .exe file like you see in my downloads up here. Go ahead, run through that .exe file and complete the installation process. Once you have done that, go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. Now, I will say yours won't look like mine because I've gone through this class quite a bit already and have had projects and other things done within this, but that's besides the point. So, in order to access Java, we need to download an extension for it in Visual Studio Code. To access the extensions tool page, the quickest way you can do that is Control-Shift-X. Once you do that, this bar will pop up here, and there's a search bar at the top where you'll then type in Java Extension Pack, and you can choose from the 2 options that pop up at the top. This is the one I did, but it does not matter if you choose the one below it, and when you click into it, just hit the install and it will go ahead and install for you. Once that is done, we also need to go and download one more thing. So we need to download the JDK development kit, which essentially will help you and let you compile and run codes that are Java based on your computer. Now, as you can see down here, there are a couple of different downloading types for each different system. It doesn't matter which one you pick the one that's most convenient for you and that works for you. So you can see here there's the ones for Mac and Linux. And then here's the one for Windows. When you hit this download link here, it's gonna pop up another .exe file like from before. Go ahead, open up and run through that .exe file like you did, and you don't need to take any further action once you're finished. It's going to be communicating with your computer at all times and with VS Code. So once that's done, it's going to be out of your way. Now, we need to test whether or not, your VS Code and the Java within VS Code is actually working. So on your desktop, it's going to be the simplest place. Go ahead and create a new folder. You can call that whatever you want as long as you can find it quickly. Then use the welcome.java download that I gave in the description and go ahead and put that within that folder. Then go back to Visual Studio Code, go to File, go to Open Folder, and search on your desktop for that new folder that you made. Open it up and go ahead and click on the code that is within there. You may get this prompt. When you do, it just says trust the authors of all files in this parent folder desktop, and that just is making sure that you don't get a file that, like zip bombs you, if you've ever heard of that, or gives you any bugs or viruses. It's just a trust statement. Go ahead and click onto that welcome.java file that I gave to you guys and just run it. The easiest way to run it, though, within the terminal is just in that top right where I clicked that play button, and it will go ahead and run it for you. The other way you can do it is through Windows PowerShell, but I'm trying to show the most convenient way right now for testing purposes. So mine here works perfectly fine. As you can see, it prints the Howdy Welcome to VS Code Java and CSCE 111 and this face that I made. This may not be the case for you as it was for me the first time around. You may get some sort of error that you have no clue what it means. The easiest way to fix that is close VS Code. Just close it out and restart your computer. Once you have done that and you go back to this page again and try running it one more time, it should work for you. Now, if there are additional problems and it's still not working, I recommend getting a TA or an IT person to help you out, because I have not seen any of these or any problems like that happen. Just minor problems where the computer kind of doesn't recognize that the Java is up and running on your computer, and that's pretty much it. Besides that, if it's all up and running, you've done it. You can now do Java code in your computer. Specifically, if you're going to make new files to use, you have to make sure that when you're creating it, that it's followed up by a .java like you see here. If it's not followed up by this .java, VS Code won't recognize it as a Java code and nothing will happen. It's just going to be absolutely nothing. But besides that, that is all. I thank you guys for watching this. I hope you found this useful.